As Nigerians join the global community to mark World Sickle Cell Awareness Day, which just took place on the 19th of June, Clearview took up a medical practitioner on the subject matter, its causes and effects. The report.
June 19th every year is officially designated as World Sickle Cell Awareness Day. The International Awareness Day is observed annually with the goal to increase public knowledge and an understanding of sickle cell disease and the challenges experienced by patients, their families, and caregivers. Speaking with Dr. Karen Ogwoma, a medical practitioner with Family Care Multi-Clinic Abuja, she describes sickle cell disease as a genetic blood disorder characterized by abnormal red blood cells that takes on a crescent or sickle shape, and these irregularly shaped cells can cause blockages in blood vessels, leading to a variety of health complications.
Sickle cell disease is a genetic disorder of the red blood cells, right? It's a mutation in the beta globin gene that now transforms or causes the hemoglobin to now change to hemoglobin S, right? So that hemoglobin S now distorts the red blood cell. So now the normal red blood cell is supposed to be round, right? Because of that mutation in the red blood cells, you now find out that the cells, instead of being round, they are now like sickle shape, right? So what happens is when the cells are sickle shape, they clog together. Normally they should bounce off each other, right? But because of that sickle shape, they now like clog and stick to each other, and they can now cause problems that we now see in the sickle cell disease, that will now cause crisis for the people with sickle cell anemia.
Dr. Karen also gave an expose on the pondering question by the society to know whether the lifespan of people living with sickle cell anemia is short-lived.
Now, talking about their lifespan in Africa generally, the lifespan of any individual has been reduced. Then the lifespan of those with sickle cell anemia is further reduced because they are exposed to crisis, a lot of crisis. Now, take for example, a child has issues 0 to 5 years. We always, try to look out for, because they can come up with diarrhea, they can come up with pneumonia and all that. So if a child with sickle cell, for example, has diarrhea, what are the complications of diarrhea? You can have dehydration. You don't want a sickle cell child to be dehydrated. Okay, because if they are dehydrated, they can have crisis. If they have any infection, they can have crisis. And this crisis can cause complications that can lead to their death.
The medical expert went further to advise intending couples to know their genotype and never to allow their emotions interfere in order to avoid futuristic health challenges.
Everybody know your genotype. I think people need to be more aware of this situation or this condition, and they need to know what causes it. So if you are aware that you are AS, you will on your own make sure that you do not fall in love with somebody with AS. So if people, I know a lot of people that are AS, right? The moment you say hi to them, the next question they ask you is, what is your genotype? They don't even want to know, do you want to be my friend? Are you asking for the where is, please, hi, where can I pass to go to? No, they don't want to even know if you're asking for direction. When you say hi, they say, what's your genotype? Because they know they're AS and they don't want any issue. That's because they're informed. But if you're not informed, you're not going to check your genotype. So you're not even going to know what you are. But when it now gets to a situation where it's already too late, you're already married, there are other things you can do. They do stem cell transplant, but at this point you start talking about costs. There are ways to find out what the genotype of the baby is in utero these days. But again, it is now cost. It's all a lot of emotional issues, emotional trauma on the woman, on the family.
World Sickle Cell Day is a United Nations recognized day to raise awareness of sickle cell at a national and international level. On 22nd December 2008, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution that recognizes sickle cell disease as a public health problem and one of the world's foremost genetic diseases. The resolution calls for members to raise awareness of sickle cell on June 19th of each year at the national and international levels. Observers says despite sickle cell diseases being recognized by the World Health Organization as a global health problem, there is not a coordinated approach to tackling the disease at a global level. As sickle cell disease continues to be an under-recognized public health issue, urgent action, attention, and awareness among the global community are required to tackle the disease.